If you're a woman over 40 and you're doing everything right, you're eating healthy, you're exercising, you're cutting carbs, but your blood sugar is still high, your weight is still creeping up, and that stubborn belly fat just won't budge. It's not your fault. The real reason isn't just food, it's your hormones. Today I'm going to explain exactly how hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and cortisol impact your blood sugar, impact your weight, and your energy after 40. Hi, I'm Dr. Kathy Shaw, the diabetes professor. I'm a Florida licensed chiropractic physician, a PhD researcher, and a professor of biochemistry. And if you're a woman in your 40s or beyond, this is going to change how you think about your body. At the end, I'll tell you how to get my free blood sugar management guide for women over 40. It's a very simple, science-backed resource that you can use to start resetting your metabolism and doing it naturally. So first, let's talk about the problem that most women face. So let me say this first, though, clearly. You're not broken, you're not lazy, you haven't lost your willpower. This is your biochemistry. After 40, most women notice some things shifting. We store fat differently, especially in the belly, the midsection. Sleep gets worse. It gets more difficult to sleep. Your blood sugar creeps up, even if you haven't changed anything with your diet, even if you're eating a healthy diet. When you talk to your doctor about it, you get told, just eat better and move more. The diet and exercise answer. But the problem is your body isn't the same as it was in your 20s and 30s. So the rules have changed, your hormones have changed. So let's talk about those hormones, what they do and what's happening at this point. So the first one we're going to talk about is estrogen. So it's a hormone that does way more than just regulate your cycle. That's what we think about it doing when we think of estrogen. But estrogen actually helps your cells stay sensitive to insulin, the hormone that takes the glucose, the blood sugar, out of the blood and puts it into the cells so that you can make energy out of it. So when you're sensitive to your insulin, you're using your blood sugar efficiently. So when estrogen drops, what happens is during perimenopause and menopause, we become resistant to that insulin signal. That means that the same meals that you used to eat now spike your blood sugar more. That causes your body to store more of that fuel as fat, especially in the belly. So that's where the belly fat problem comes from. Then, to add to it, we have another hormone. Then we've got cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. And let's be real with this. After 40, you're carrying a lot. You might be dealing with aging parents, teenagers, career stress, sleep disruptions, kind of the usual list of what we're all dealing with. Cortisol spikes your blood sugar when you spike your cortisol from the stress, even if you're not eating. So it tells your liver when it does that to release stored glucose into the bloodstream. Here's more blood sugar. When cortisol stays high over time, which if we're stressed a lot it will, your body starts storing fat, particularly visceral fat. Remember, that's the dangerous one. That's the one that sits around your organs. That's the one that increases your risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, things like that. It differs from subcutaneous fat. That's the fat that we store under our skin, the one you can pinch, the ugly one. That's not as dangerous. It's not hormonally active, while visceral fat is hormonally active, meaning it creates more inflammation, more insulin resistance. Now we've got a third player in the equation. Let's talk about progesterone. Progesterone is our calming, soothing hormone. But the problem is, right before estrogen declines, progesterone will decline first. So it will drop before estrogen. That's when sleep gets more challenging. That's when the anxiety kicks in. That's where the irritability kicks in that we often associate with menopause. Your ability to recover from stress goes down when your progesterone levels go down. So this creates, you guessed it, more cortisol, more cravings, more blood sugar spikes. So we've kind of got the perfect storm of those three hormones going on. So if you've been frustrated that your weight won't budge, even with a clean diet and exercise, you're not going crazy. It's your hormones doing this. So what's really happening in a nutshell, estrogen drops, you become less sensitive to insulin. Cortisol comes up, causes more fat to get stored, especially in that midsection. Sleep gets worse, then the cravings increase. So you have this kind of perfect storm, triple whammy going on, making blood sugar harder to manage, making fat loss really significantly more difficult. So instead of cutting calories and doing more cardio, the things we usually rely on, what your body really needs is hormone support to get that blood sugar stabilized. So what can we do? Well, there's a few things we can do. One really simple, step one, simple step. Start balancing every meal with protein and healthy fat. Really focus on protein. Most people don't get enough protein anyway, but women in our 40s and above, protein needs to be a priority. It's so important in so many ways. Step two, try to slow down the morning chaos a little bit. Calm the cortisol before it gets a chance to spike. If you can keep it under control before it gets going, that's easier than trying to calm it down after it spikes up. Step three, move your body gently and often. Walking is huge. It's one of the best tools for managing blood sugar and managing insulin sensitivity. Go for a 10 or 15 minute walk after your meal. That's huge for minimizing blood sugar spikes. Just as an aside, I'm not neglecting weight training. We'll talk about that in another video. That's just super important for women 40 and above. Another step, step four, learn how to work with your hormones instead of against them. So that one gets really important too. And if you want a step-by-step starting point, I've created a free resource just for women, focused on women over 40. So it's a blood sugar management guide for women over 40. Inside, I break down the hormone blood sugar connection and give you really simple actions you can take right away. No meds, no judgment, just science and support. If you click the link in the description to get it, it's free. I'll send it right over to you. It's the exact framework I use with my patients. We've had really great success with it, and it can help you too. So if you found this video helpful, if it helped you understand your body better, please give me a like, hit subscribe to the channel. Each week, I'm going to break down the science of blood sugar, hormones, and healing after 40, and do it in ways that make sense. You deserve these answers. You deserve the support. Your body is capable of healing. So we'll go through exactly how to go about doing that. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.